Hello all you hardcore boxing fans out there, how are you doing? Nice day today, isn't it? I think we'll go up and see Michelle at Dennis's office, shall we? Have a little trot up there. Now that I'm not doing anything this afternoon. I wonder how Kev's horse is going to go on tonight at Newcastle. How you doing, Rico?
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
I'm alright mate, I'm just on my way up to Sheffield, so I thought we'd have a good chat. How's things keeping with you?
Yeah, good. I've got a bit of a cold, but what's keeping me smiling is this whole Joshua thing on Twitter and everything that's going on, so boxing never surprises you. How's things for you, and what's your view on everything that's going on with Joshua and the world of boxing?
Well, I think it's a blatant liberty what they're taking, Rico, fighting Jarrell Miller, who Eddie Hearn self-admittedly, if that's a word, admitted that he is 24 stone. Adam Smith said that he's kind of fleshy. 24 stone's a bit more than fleshy, isn't it? He's the heaviest guy to ever fight in the top 10 since Valuev, and I think he would only the same weight, wasn't he?
Yeah,
similar weight, wasn't he? So, and he was 7'2".
5, 6 foot. He's probably 6, 7 foot taller, isn't it? I do think. Well, I don't have a problem necessarily with Miller's record on who he's fought, because Joshua's fought against a lot of crap. But the issue for me is he's not the fight that anybody wanted. So Hearn was saying he's in the top 4 or 5 in the world. How can that be? You have obviously Wilder, Fury, Joshua. Then you have Luis Ortiz, Parker to some regard. You know, you've got lots of guys that are better than this guy. You match it against White, and then we see how good he actually is. Well, he seems to be the guy they stick White into them all before Joshua, but with this one they just seem to be wanting a gimme fight, don't they? Yeah, and I mean, when's the last time, if you look at Joshua's record, who's his best win?
Vladimir.
You think about Parker, who was beaten by White afterwards.
Yeah. You
think about all these other guys that he's fought, so Povetkin, you know, his ways. Takam was beaten by Chisora, Eric Molina, Brazil, all these guys. So he hasn't actually beaten anyone that has improved aside from White. You can even argue that White is probably his best win, because Vladimir was 2 years on the sofa.
Yeah. Well, I heard a rumour that Parker had it written into his contract that he'd get another pay-per-view if he lost or went 12, if he lost in a close one or it went 12 rounds. Now, he did go 12 rounds, and obviously they've probably triggered that into his contract, you know, to get a pay-per-view against Dillian. And I also heard that Takam had it in his contract that if he went by certain rounds, they'd give him another date, but not necessarily a pay-per-view. Now, Takam has obviously, he's been and fought on Sky again since, but not on, he didn't get a pay-per-view slot, did he? So I'm wondering if this is how it works with Eddie Hearn. I wonder if Miller's got it in his contract that he'll get another slot on Sky, you know, if he goes 12 rounds.
I wouldn't be surprised, you know, they signed that Hrgovic, young Croatian heavyweight, that's what Sutherland, they signed him on Sky Sports and DAZN. He's quite promising. He's been Amir Mansoon and someone else, I can't remember who. But what they do is they recycle these guys, because Miller will lose to Joshua, then they'll say, actually, let Hrgovic fight him. He's not the favourite anymore. So then they end up fighting these same guys that just lose to Joshua, and the cycle sort of continues. Yeah, they go down to White. I mean, tough fights. Yeah. Exactly. So White has fought basically Joshua's leftovers.
Yeah, you're right, mate. You are exactly right, mate. You are exactly right, mate. This is how I see it going at the moment, mate. This is how I see it going, and it's not good, is it?
No, it's not good, because I mean, regardless of what we think about promoters, I don't really care. I just want to see the best fight the best. And, you know, the purse split, I don't care how much money Joshua's getting. I don't get a penny out of that. What I want to see is the best fight the best. I'm happy to pay 20 quid to watch Joshua against Fury or Joshua against Wilder, but I don't want to watch that fight in 3 or 4 years' time, because no one will care.
No, they won't, mate. They won't. Nobody. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly what you're saying, mate. It's just recycled rubbish, mate, isn't it?
Yeah,
just recycled rubbish.
The interesting thing for me is the whole White situation, because White obviously is a free agent and he's been chatting to PBC. Sky need to keep him on side, because how else are they going to do 5 pay-per-views a year? But this pay-per-view being in the US late at night, the numbers are going to be low. Adam Smith is going to come to Eddie and say, what are you doing? The numbers are low for this pay-per-view. We need to get Joshua fighting these big guys in the UK so that we can get Sky pay-per-view numbers up, because they don't have many fighters that can deliver these pay-per-view numbers. And Adam Smith will be looking at it from the point of, you know, last year you had decent pay-per-view numbers for all the shows. Now you've got Joshua fighting the US. Who knows who White is fighting? You know, Kell Brook's not fighting against Khan. Callum Smith is fighting in Liverpool, but they need to get these guys to fight in the UK from these pay-per-view shows. Otherwise, Sky will say, no thanks, this doesn't make any financial sense for us. And then what will happen is, long and behold, the Zone come to the UK, and then he starts putting good shows in the UK. So who knows what's going on there, because the relationship between Eddie and Adam Smith can't be that good at the moment.
No, I wouldn't have thought it'd be very good at all, to be honest, because Eddie Hearn's basically doing what he wants. I think what they said, they were going to do this and going to do that. They were going to do wonders, and all they've delivered is cucumbers. Before they got that, do you like that one, Rico? It's nearly as good as me. If you want loyalty, get a Dog Mickey Duff quote, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, to be honest with you, mate, Eddie Hearn were going to do wonders for Sky when they got that 5-year deal. They got the deal, and then they just put crap on, but they've got Sky for 5 years now. Now, surely it's got to be performance related, hasn't it? It will be. Yeah, but are they hitting numbers? I mean, Adam Smith, he looked embarrassed trying to big up Miller. All they can say now for the next 3.5 months is, well, he's from New York, he's got a big mouth. And Adam Smith, he ain't got much of an amateur career, but he was a kickboxer. So what? What does that mean?
What they're going to say? They're going to say these usual things. They're going to say, oh, Joshua's fighting in a new environment. He's never been in the US.
New commission.
Fighting. Yeah, and then they're going to say he's an undefeated fighter that has beaten good opponents. Then they're going to say sort of, oh, Joshua's had the longest layoff of his career, maybe he's a bit rusty. Or then he's looking past Miller to the big fights of Wilder and Fury winner. It might be a Hasim Rahman against Lennox Lewis thing. I mean, that happened.
Oh my, they're not going to say that, are they?
They might do, yeah, who knows.
If they say that, that would be scraping the barrel, wouldn't it? Because Lennox Lewis against Hasim Rahman, you can't put Miller against Joshua you can't put them in the same bracket, Rico, for the simple reason that Joshua is not Lennox Lewis and Miller is not Rahman. Miller, to me, looks like Butterbean with a sunbed and an afro, doesn't he? Do you think?
Well, something like that. Did you see him tweet that? Well, you're not on Twitter anymore, but he tweeted a photo of this pay-per-view and he was ordering a Big Mac or something like that. So,
what does that mean? That's not good, that is it?
No. So you're off Twitter now. You don't really comment on anything, do you?
I don't. My business partner NJ, she's set a Twitter account up. It's called @CornerPorky, but she won't give me password because obviously she's heard that I get into spats with people. So and plus you don't really know who you're speaking to on there. Yeah, I mean people they come across as genuine and this and that, but when you ask to meet these people or talk to them on FaceTime, there's 90% of them on there are fake in my opinion. I'm not saying everybody's like that because there is genuine people who like boxing, but I think a lot of them nowadays are fake. I mean some of them don't even bother to put the pictures up on YouTube, they just comment with a blank picture. I mean I don't really get that, so I've just I don't bother with it. I could have saying video and I know that I've had the only say and the last say, if you know what I mean, so I don't get and any negative comments Nicola just takes them off. She takes it off. So
I mean I don't understand what people are trying to get out of rating people when they can't even, because they'll say stuff online which they'd never say to your face. And you might have seen, I send you on WhatsApp that wingy boxing guy that did some stuff on IFL. So you know he's left boxing now because
he's all right.
Yeah, but he's left. He's quit boxing completely. Because
why has he done that?
Because somebody's called up his missus and sent threats, and he said, "Look, that's when it goes too far. I don't want to be around the sports where people are calling up my missus and giving her abuse or, abusing his family." So he thought that's where we draw the line. I know that's happened to you a few times.
Yeah, I've had it a few times. I had. If you remember that phone call, I had a couple of phone calls, and I know they're probably watching now. Well, they are. Keep watching. That's all I can say. But I'm one of them people that if people have got a problem, just come and knock on the door. I'm not hard to find, or just go to one. Just go to one at gyms and say, look, get Porky up here, and I'll go up. I mean, it won't be the first person I've gone to meet, and it won't be the last. What's the worst thing you can happen? You get knocked out. But why would somebody want to come and, for example, I was working with a mate, and we had this car pitch in area, and just went in a fly tip down there. Why do that? Then ring me up and brag about it. So I paid somebody 40 quid to shift it all, and that's it. You move on, don't you? But what is that? How people get the rocks off? But I don't. It don't bother me now. It used to bother me. I used to want to go do a lot, but that's what they want, innit? It used to get me riled up. But now
they just want to both kicks, don't they?
I'm at a different level now, and I'm going in the right direction. It's took a lot of time getting there, and you helped me get started. So thank you very much. You've been brilliant with me. Brilliant with me.
Pleasure. We always have a good time, and I enjoy coming up to Sheffield.
Yeah. Are you coming up next month?
And, what's the date?
15th.
Let me have a look, but the good thing is that the show was shifted because I got tickets for the Eubank De Gale fight next weekend, so I'll be...
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that's good then, isn't it? Are you going to... Where's that, at O2?
It's at the O2, yes. I'll be there.
Who do you think will win that, Rico?
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because De Gale's a better fighter, but, I mean, what's left of him is... We've heard all the same stories about his constant injuries, and he's not 100%, and... But Eubank isn't a great sort of boxer and anything, but what he is, he's a relentless guy, and he'll just come forward and throw a lot of punches. So I think his style probably is just a bit too much. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw.
I wouldn't, so they can do it again?
No, I just think, one judge will score it on Eubank for activity, and the other one will score it for De Gale and cuteness. And then what will happen is one will score it to draw. I mean, I've got 20 quid on that anyway.
What on a draw?
Yeah.
I might put 20 quid on that. It's a good bet, that, isn't it?
It's one of those fights that it could go either way, and it's going to be close. I think De Gale will probably win the first 4 rounds, and then Eubank will rally because De Gale can't fight for more than 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, you might be right there. De Gale goes to ropes, doesn't he, after 5-6 rounds, doesn't he, and just has a breathe. That's why I know that Carl Froch would have beat him. I mean, De Gale fans, or basically not De Gale fans, because I don't think he's got any. Froch haters always say to me, why did Carl Froch retire and dodge James De Gale? Well, dodge him. He beat George Grove twice, who beat De Gale. So why were he dodging James De Gale? So I said to Carl, would you have beaten De Gale? And he said De Gale didn't want to spar him. Jimmy Mack when they rung up, Robert McCracken rung and said, do you want to spar? And he went, oh, no. Jimmy Mack said, why do we want to... You there, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, he said, why do we want to spar Frotch so we can get a mental edge? So they said, no problem, then we've got Groves up. So they weren't really bothered, but he didn't want to spar him, and that would have been good work for him. At least Groves went up and sparred. He went up a few times, Groves. One at sessions, he had a good session. So I couldn't work that out. But for him to say that he dodged him, I don't get that. He retired, but when Carl Zaghi didn't fight Frotch, he took it to the 270th day, the last day before he decided, and then he moved up a weight. At least Carl didn't go jump to another division, and when Joe moved up, he only put £5 on anyway to 173 on one at fight. So I don't think he dodged him, but I think that in my opinion, I think you're probably right, it could be a draw, because Al Heyman's going to want to keep them both earning, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a draw, it's going to be an even bigger fight.
He's going to want to keep them both earning. So if one judge has it for one has it for other, and other one has it a draw, there you go. They have to do it all again, baby.
It's a decent card. I mean, you've got Joe Joyce on it, you've got Lee Selby on it. Who else is on the card? We've got Andre Sterling, that's a young kid from London, 9-0, fighting against Ricky Summers. Yeah. So Chris Congo's on it. So you've got decent people on it. I mean,
3 of them are not made though, are they? 3 at fights are not made.
No. But when's the last time when he had a Sky undercard where he actually had someone like a Joyce against Devane, or you had...
You mean a 7-0 guy against a former world champion?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like an up and coming. Or you had Lee Selby, a world champion, coming back against a half-decent guy.
Well, I don't think it's that good for 20 quid, you know. But then again, what is that how it's got?
These days? Yeah, what is these days?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, I know I don't like to keep harping back to Carl Frotch, but I am a fanboy. But he fought Boutte, didn't he? On non-pay-per-view, Saturday night, non-pay-per-view, world title fight. And he fought Boutte now, and he took crap money to fight Boutte now, but he got him in the mix, didn't it? He took a risk, he got his son in the mix, where he just went for it and he had no to lose. Whereas I wish he'd have done that in Ward fight, you know, like he fought in them last 4 rounds against Ward. I wish he'd have done it for the first 7.5 rounds. Are you with me? But whereas if you look at these cards now, anything world titles, pay-per-view now, isn't it? But even the pay-per-views are not even world titles nowadays, are they? This is not a world title unless you call the IBO a world title, which I do, but the experts don't. And then you've got all the rest of them. Eddie Hearn's cards, Bellews. How many pay-per-views has he had? Only 1 of them out of 4 were a world title, wasn't it?
Well, that's the thing. We're getting into a world where any 50-50 fight is a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. It's just a case of we're having a pay-per-view overkill. Now Sky put their foot on it not long ago, and you know what? I can see that happening again. Now when Sky, I can see Sky doing that. So Eddie Hearn has to rethink his strategy. But is he bothered? He's got DAZN.
Well, that's the thing. DAZN comes to the UK then, right?
Yeah, that's what'll happen.
Eddie doesn't care. He doesn't care too much what happens, because DAZN will come to the UK. And he's in a good position. Yeah,
and another thing, mate, I want to point out that Eddie Hearn, I can explain it. He's not going to be bothered if it's an overkill, because he's got a safety net. Sky plan everything a year down the line. I know a lot of it's if this happens and if this happens and if this happens, but they try to put fights in where they know the results. They plan everything a season ahead for everybody's career. They have board, and that's how we used to do it at Dens, but we never had the fighters to plan it. It were always TBA versus TBA, or Liam Cameron and Tommy Frank and Sheedy, blah blah blah. They don't want that many fighters, so So you didn't have a lot to work with. Are you with me? Whereas back in the day, before I met Dennis, he would have had the fighters to work with. But they've got the fighters and they've got everybody who wants to work with them. That's why nobody dare come out and say anything. You've got Callum Smith there. We all know he can't make super middle without killing himself. Now he's saying he wants Kovalev because there's nowhere to go at 168. Are you with me? And he's going to say he's conquered it because he's won that title, hasn't he? He's going to want to go like Andre Ward. But I think Kovalev...
They're going to drag up Golovkin up from 160, who's now getting on.
So Golovkin's an old man now, he'll not beat Callum Smith.
Yeah, they're going to drag him because he's signing for... it looks like he's signing for the Zone, so they might try and drag him and then put him in... First put him in with Canelo in the fall, and then next year fight Callum Smith and kind of cash out.
Callum Smith didn't want to fight George Groves when they're knocking everybody out, did he?
Yeah,
he wouldn't even mention his name. They waited till Groves were gone at game, because he's Joe Gallagher's last great fighter out of that era, isn't he? Because all the rest of...
I mean, he's a good fighter, but he has no... I mean, he's not very charismatic, is he? So how are you going to build any sort of pay-per-view platform for this guy?
They're not, are they?
He's not the most exciting guy to listen to. He's not the most charismatic guy.
Would you put it past Eddie Hearn putting an old shot-to-death Golovkin at £175 against Callum Smith, who's not really beat anybody elite yet, has he?
Yeah, they'll put him in against, I think at 168, they'll try and squeeze Golovkin.
Golovkin, yeah.
I mean, they'll see how Golovkin does in his next fight, and then they'll decide. But, I mean, what Callum said, he did... Groves wasn't 100%, you can tell. I mean, Groves clearly wasn't perfect, but Groves didn't use any excuses, but he did beat what was in front of him well, so you can't really knock him. But, I mean, who can he beat at 168? There's no one there to fight.
No, I don't think that Callum Smith beats Benavidez, to be honest. Or is it, what's the other one, Ramirez, is it?
Yeah.
I don't think he beats either of them. I think he basically got himself a Ring Magazine belt by default.
Well, he did.
Who did he beat in that tournament that were any good?
I mean, he went 12 rounds with a kickboxer.
And then he beat George Groves, who were not 100%. A fit George Groves beats him. Now, if you look at Beefy Smith's career, he's a former world champion who's never beat a champion. He got a belt by default, didn't he? So you could say, exactly. Crawler, his belt were more or less by default, wasn't it? And now they're cashing him out against Lomachenko. So you can say it's good management skills behind the scenes by Joe Gallagher, but these fighters today are not taking risks. Tyson Fury went and fought Vladimir, went and fought Wilder in the back gardens.
Well, they only take risks. They only take risks when they know
they're going to get paid.
Money involved, and it's at the end of their career. So, for example, Linares fight.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear about it's 50-50 fights and Dare to be Great when the gimme fights. Now,
well, my issue with this 50-50 and Dare to be Great is that at the end of the day, we are paying for it as fans. So, you know, so it's when a Sky fighter, you know, you pay your 50-60 quid Sky subscription. But when a Sky fighter is battering someone, some journeyman, in a build-up fight, only to get to the fight where they dare to be great, and then you have Rocky Fielding going to the US and getting a beating from Andrade. Sorry, not from Andrade, from Canelo. Or you have Brian Rose getting a beating from Andrade in the US, you know.
Or Gavin Rees.
All of the fighters... from Broner. All of the fighters have been built up to either take a beating at some stage. So why can't we match fighters just domestically better?
Life-changing money, Rico.
Yeah, well,
life-changing.
Not what the fighters tell you and I.
No. Let me just turn it over a sec, 2 secs.
No problem.
If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.